19th century, microscopy became extremely popular with amateurs and professionals in science, technology and medicine. And despite their very diverse backgrounds, these people managed to work together, and I wanted to find out just how they did that. So I analyzed microscopy journals of the 19th century and found out that microscopists developed similar ways of working that overcame disciplinary differences and also differences between amateurs and professionals. Today also amateurs should be able to contribute to science because that makes for very rich research results.
Together with the waterleidingmaatschappij, we built future scenarios and calculated how they might impact our centralized water system. This study unveiled unforeseen negative externalities of sustainability measures. For example, one scenario showed that climate adaptation measures, such as rainwater systems and green gardens, can have a disruptive impact on our centralized infrastructure. The water demand decreases, while the peak demand at that hot summer day increases. Therefore, our centralized systems becomes less optimal and unsustainable. However, opportunities may sprout.
Our research focuses on vascular calcification, which is deposition of calcium salts in arterial blood vessels and is associated with increased cardiovascular mortality. Patients suffering from diabetes and chronic kidney disease, but also the aging population, are at increased risk for developing this condition. We revealed a key role of vascular muscle cells in the development of this disease and showed the potential of vitamin K to halt the progression of vascular calcification.
In today's data-driven business environments, the failure of employees to comply with their company's IT security policies and guidelines is a major threat to their company's organizational and informational assets. In order to avoid this, my thesis focused on behavioral aspects that motivate employees to comply with these guidelines. By integrating various theories, I was able to pinpoint 4 factors that positively affect this compliance. By providing these insights to companies, they can improve their IT security awareness programs and incentives.
Infection of the amniotic fluid during pregnancy causes both intestinal and systemic inflammation of the fetus. Plant sterols, which are present in vegetable products, are nutritional components that are known to reduce inflammation. During my internship, I've discovered that the enrichment of the amniotic fluid with plant sterols reduces inflammation and is thereby a promising therapy to prevent adverse outcomes. This research paves the way to unravel the working mechanisms of plant sterols, a crucial step before translation to the clinic.
What initially sparked my interest in writing my thesis was the fact that cookies and chocolate milk could bear a food label implying these products are a healthier choice. As I discovered in my research, for industry food labels to be credible, industry needs to create an image of objectivity while hiding any industry politics or interests. The food label I investigated, the choices label or het vinkje, will eventually disappear because critics like the Dutch Consumer Organization can use similar strategies to undermine a food label's credibility.
Research on charismatic leadership thus far has mostly ignored the role of contextual factors. Real-world leaders, so managers and CEOs, however, always act in certain environments. Thus, these are important to consider. In my master's thesis, I investigated the particular contextual effect of environmental awe on perceived leader charisma.
The paradox of the surprise exam revolves around the teacher who announces to a student the wish to surprise her with an exam, but the announcement itself appears to prevent him from actually doing so. Psychological game theory allows us to model people's motivations that explicitly depend on the expectations of others, and this includes the notion of surprise. In the thesis, I then solve the paradox by applying this framework.
The right to challenge offers citizens the possibility to take over government tasks when they think they can do the job better or cheaper. Up until now, there is no national legal framework for the instrument, thus giving local governments the possibility to experiment. Because of this, important safeguards such as transparency, legal certainty, democratic legitimacy and legal protection are being overlooked.